All right. Good morning, Miss Kauhanen. Thank you for joining me here on the 24th episode of One to Come Up, a podcast where aspiring entrepreneurs can learn from the best of the best, those on Forbes for the under 30. I'm excited to learn about Commu and to learn about your career. So let's dive right in. I guess before we begin, can you tell the viewers a little bit about yourself, who you are, so we all are on the same page and even keeled here?
Hi, I'm Karolina, one of the founders and chairwoman of the board of directors at Commu. I'm a Forbes 30 under 30 founder, first-time founder also. And in Commu, we are building a platform where people can ask for help and offer help with each other, a bit like Tinder for good deeds, so to say.
Yeah. Well, it's a very lovely mission. I've had the fortune of speaking with you once before, so I know a little bit about it. But hopefully this time is the correct time. All right. So normally I like to start the podcast during your time in college. So you went to Humak University, and where you studied arts and event management. So what did that do for you for your career? And can you tell us a little bit about that experience?
Sure. So I was never supposed to become an entrepreneur, especially in the tech space. I started in arts and culture, but quite soon I realized that okay, I'm really into production, so understanding how sponsorships work, how events can work with companies, and I started digging more into the financial side of it. So that's why I hopped into exchange program in Iceland for a while, where I studied international business, and there it really it opened my eyes to the possibilities that hey, this might be the way that I could be useful someday. So gathering funding for different kinds of projects, and I found out. Well, I fell in love in Iceland. Met my husband, who's from excuse me, Singapore. So it took me to Singapore then. And in Singapore, I got to know angel investors and the startup field. And it took me to work in startups. I saw like the background work that an investor does, that you do in founding teams and such. So I would say that it was even though I come from like the world of arts and culture, it was a really good foundation to become an entrepreneur.
Yeah, that's actually what I've heard. Interesting that like an applied sciences kind of field is very like a liberal arts field is very auspicious for a business career. Um, you're kind of like I guess your first opportunity out of the gate. You worked for the Floorball Academy. Um, I know you organized some events, notably a competition between Finland and Singapore. So could you tell us a little bit about this first job, and was there anything you thought it would be?
Yes, so one of the biggest projects I did during the study time was that we brought floorball teams to Singapore. So floorball is the national sport in Finland and multiple time world champion team. We were able to bring them to Singapore, and it was also one of the celebration events, the biggest events in Asia related to Finland 100 years, so 100 years of independence. And I'd say that it was a great mixture between the event management, but also the funding side, as we had to, of course, build the event and everything, all the logistics and such from scratch. And this was one of the like spin-off things from actually the startups I was working at, because they were then related to sports technologies such as tracking technology. So we used that also during those events.
It's perfect how everything is starting to come together, and even though it might not have been initially applied, but now you can still apply it and use it. Um, and then the next step, I guess, in your career was at Mainosomoski Presses. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly, where you specialized in digital marketing. I guess that was a little bit of a unique role there as well that you had. I guess could you tell us about this job?
Absolutely. So when I then returned to Finland, when we moved back here, I was looking for a place where I could put those skills that I had gotten from international marketing, event management, digital marketing to good use. And I found this advertising agency where I then went to do digital marketing, for example, for large car brands in the energy field, IT, large, big Fortune 500 brands. And from there, I got like the first touch into working with large global companies and what they are expecting, what kind of service they are expecting. And that has really helped me along the way now in Commu, because we work with companies like Siemens or very, very big brands like IKEA or Arla or Oatly. So it kind of helped me understand the processes there, but also that we are all people. And generally, the bigger the company, the nicer the people there are. And also, it just like opened my eyes that I don't have to be scared of picking up the phone and calling to them, as they can be really, really friendly there too.
Yeah, I think that's an important realization that that we're all people and we're all in this together, and I suppose we do have to help each other. And that's an interesting observation that they tend to be nicer, I guess, at big companies. Um, so then, I guess after this, you stayed here for a little bit in your career, but then you went on and you founded Commu in like 2019, around there, 2020. I hope I got my dates right here. So I guess could you tell us if there's a defining moment or maybe the first inspiration to starting Commu?
Yes, so actually, we started building Commu in 2022, but 2019 is a very interesting and important year because COVID-19. And it was one of the reasons that we started building Commu, because COVID-19 really, I believe, opened everyone's eyes to the fact how it feels like when you are left alone, and how it feels like if you are left without anybody who you can rely on or ask for help. And me and my co-founders, Sami and Ronnie, friends, we started thinking that, okay, what if you're helping your neighbor could be as easy as ordering groceries to your home? Or what if instead of you have to go through rigorous processes to get, let's say, peer-to-peer support or mental health support, you could find it with a few clicks of a button from a person who is living near you. So Ronnie knows how to code. Sami comes from the public sector. He's worked as a psychiatric nurse before, so comes from the mental health side, elderly side. And then I brought in this expertise in marketing and also investor relations. So then we gathered some investors in, for example, one of the most popular rock bands in Finland, Hello Helsinki. They were one of the first initial investors in Commu, and also from Finland, Sweden, Norway, and Luxembourg. We gathered a team, we started building, and the first years we were just like building, we were piloting with different companies who wanted to join in on helping others. And now in the past year, the growth has been quite massive, to be honest, and we can now really see the impact that if we lower the threshold as much as we can, if with a few clicks of a button you can find help, we can make real impact happen. And I'm happy to share with you that in the past year or so, more than 35,000 good deeds have been done through
Well,
Commu. Yeah,
that's
that's a lot of
yeah,
that's a
that's
lot of impact.
definitely. Well, it certainly takes a village to help someone, and that's the same we have in America. I don't know if it's in Finland, but it takes a village. But that's kind of cool. A rock band that seems like an unlikely first customer, but that's very interesting. Um, so yeah, were there any challenges that you faced, as a startup, and especially during the COVID pandemic when it was not easy to be even established startup or any companies? So were there any initial challenges that you faced, and how did you surmount them?
Absolutely. So when we started in 2022, it was still like the post-COVID era when it was very difficult to meet people face to face. And we thought that, okay, if this thing is going to continue, how do we make an app where people meet each other and help each other face to face? So it was actually a very good time for us to start because slowly we were able to get out of the restrictions and really to meet people. And Commu has kind of worked as a tool to overcome that social um, difficulties when you're getting to know, like, okay, who are these people near me? Maybe I might need some help at the moment. Maybe my life situation has changed. But we believe that the action of helping is actually the best way to get to know new people, like through helping your neighbor walk their dog, maybe peer support if you're a new mother or a new father. Maybe you need a little bit help tinkering around the house. And through these like voluntary good deeds, you're able to build a lot stronger social connections to, let's say, like Facebook groups that you would ever be good. But yeah, there's been a lot of challenges. Like we started from scratch. We had nothing. We are first time founders. We are not any trust fund babies. I was the first investor ever in Commu when we initially started, so we could buy these hoodies and such. Of course, when you build from scratch, the first step is to give away the product. So give it to your users, give it to your customers, and it's a very humbling experience because you don't know how they're going to take it. What if something that you have built and you have put your heart and soul into it, what if no one wants to use it? And even when we saw the green light that, okay, people are starting to use it, download it, they are really doing those good deeds that it was meant to be for. Even after that, it has required a lot of marketing, a lot of tests to see like what is working, what keeps people coming in, and what keeps people motivated to help each other. So that is definitely one, like perseverance, because I have done thousands of videos. I have done thousands of lines of text, like even more. I have been on television and on newspapers and such, and it's just repetition, like a lot of repetition, and being perseverant on that. There is a specific word in Finnish. It's called sisu, which means like to persevere and go through. So we've definitely needed that. And if you're an aspiring entrepreneur, that is maybe something that just like be mindful of it, because you can't stop at the first no that you get or the first 100 no's. Like how do you go through those? So that was a really big learning for me. For myself, Sami and Ronnie have helped me tremendously because I know that they are working as hard as I am or even harder. So having a really good co-founding team has been a really big thing. And then, of course, like the business model, verifying the business model, finding product market fit. Everybody talks about like, yeah, finding product market fit, but you can't find it without sales. Like, don't expect people to just fall into your lap because you do a couple of reels or TikToks. It requires a lot of sales work. So picking up the phone and calling and making that proposal. And what has helped me tremendously there is the realization that we're all people. And when we were talking about the big companies, I've noticed that generally, like people, if they see that you really want to do something good and you really want to have impact, they are open to helping you, whether it's a 10-minute call or sharing some networks or purchasing from you. I think it's been a really big learning experience for me also that I need to ask for help.
Yeah, I think that was some very powerful lessons there that you learned. And I like that word, sissel, perseverance. I hope I pronounced that correctly. But yes, you do need a lot of that, and I guess you do need the realization that sometimes you do need help as well, and that we're all in this together again. So I guess between 2022 and 2024, you how did you grow? Did you grow a lot? Because I know you went into a lot of countries and to three originally. And I don't want to talk about 2025 because I guess there are some new things even this past month. So how was your expansion in those 3 years?
Yes, so first we built like a very, very simple version of Commu and we gave it to people. We found some volunteers to try it out. And at first the growth was really slow because there was so much to build. And we actually took a lot of time to to rebuild some things that we thought initially would work. For example, we removed freelancing entirely from Commu, so that it is not a freelance platform, but it is solely made for good deeds and volunteering. And this was because our users gave us the feedback that it breaks the idea entirely if money is involved. And after that, we started seeing the growth picking up quite fast. And people got the idea that it was made for a specific thing. And I think there, like, the lesson was that simplicity works. And it's a lot easier to join in on something if it's very easy to understand and easy to join. 2024 was the first year we started then working with cities. So we found the business to government SaaS business model, and that cities were actually interested in collaborating with us. And this came directly from a city. They called us. How do you package this that we can buy this? And we had no idea how to work with cities. How could we make this work? But they had seen that people want to use the app. They want to use it to do good and improve the welfare of the region. So cities don't have to build an app themselves. It costs a lot of money. It takes a lot of time. And with Commu, their citizens are able to help each other, which helps them, the cities, to understand that, okay, what kind of help is needed? Is there a lot of loneliness? Is there a lot of migration-related issues? Are people needing peer support and such? So we made it into a package. And in 2024, until now, more than 30 cities have joined, including City of Lisbon in Portugal, City of Manchester. There's ongoing conversations with the top 10, top 20 cities in Europe and also in Asia. So I think that, like, it shows that people are seeing that loneliness is one of the biggest social issues of our lifetime. It costs a lot of money, 154 billion euros just in Europe for employees only. So not even taking into account public sector or healthcare, just for employees from the work side. It's a lot of money, and it's also a lot of lives that we are losing. So, and people moving out of cities because they feel like they don't have a community anymore. This was a very big find, for example, in Lisbon. That has been happening, hundreds of thousands of users. And I'm also very happy to share that we are launching a global campaign very soon, so that all over the world, anybody can download Commu for free and start helping out. So that is actually something that I would very much like to encourage everyone listening to this podcast to think that, would you like to be like Mr. Beast and do good? But you don't need hundreds of millions of followers. You can just do it in your neighborhood, and it has a big, big impact on yourself and others.
Yes, that's very cool that you even mentioned Mr. Beast. He's certainly very popular here, and I'm surprised they have him in Finland. I guess he is really a global brand. But that's really beautiful to see again that you've really grown over these past few years, and that people are recognizing the importance of your mission. And I think that's a very beautiful thing that even all these cities are incorporating and getting into Commu. Um, so even in these past few months, since I last spoke with you, you've I guess you've been on some travels and some business, and you've even grown more. So is this part of the global initiative that you had just mentioned, getting into UK and into Portugal? And can you tell us a little bit about these new expansions?
Yes, so the biggest foothold that we have at the moment are in the Nordics, and then UK, Portugal, a couple of other countries like Germany. And we are very much just interested in providing a tool for people who want to make a difference. So I was mentioning Mr. Beast, and one of his, I think, biggest achievements is the philanthropic work that he's able to do through his, empire of media, but also the delicious chocolate. And I just feel like for myself, when we're looking at what kind of news we are looking at and what kind of feeds we have on social medias, it's only terror, it's death, it's despair, it's things that we can't really control. But we want to offer a tool where people can do something good and do something meaningful, even though they might not have hundreds of thousands of dollars or millions of followers doing it. And it really starts from that one good deed. Like I said, in Commu, there's been more than 35,000 good deeds, ranging from people helping Ukrainians to walking the neighbor's dog to donating food. But you don't have to donate 10,000 bags of food. You could just donate one, and it already has a really big impact. One of the biggest moments of realization for me was when mother called me on a Friday, and she said that she had received a bag of food, a bag of groceries for herself and her daughters from a stranger. I had nothing to do with this, except they had done it through Commu. And this mother called me and she said that if she hadn't gotten that bag of food, she would have had to go to loan sharks to get a loan. And that would have probably sent her into a spiral. Like she had some past experiences through that. And she said that she just thanked me, even though I had nothing to do with it. But it was a very powerful moment to me to understand that, hey, actually, even that small deed, like a bag of groceries or just talking to somebody who's in need of help, might have like such a big impact on a person's life. And I am sure that everyone who is listening to this can relate that you can still remember the times when someone has helped you. Like they will live rent free in your head for the rest of your life. And you could be that person. Like someone out there might remember you because you were kind to them sometimes. So just like looking forward, I am very much looking forward to maximizing the impact that we can do, because the bigger Commu grows, the bigger the impact is.
Yeah, but that's a very powerful moment when you start to see firsthand how the effects have on the community, and that really does have a profound and shaping effect on the people and that are part of Commu. Um, so yeah, I guess going forward, do what are your plans for expansion? I know you mentioned a global effort, and is it ever going to come here to America?
Absolutely. So we have seen a bunch of interest already from the States, and I very much thank all the patient users in the States. So yeah, global effort. Loneliness is a global social issue. Also, we are seeing a growing number of people who want to do something good, uh, growing number of people who want to see a real impact. And we believe that the action of helping and doing good things to others is also a great way to help yourself. I had a TED talk about this, and it's a very interesting subject. How actually helping others is a tool to help yourself, and that's why helping others for selfish reasons is more than okay. And that is exactly why we have built Commu. So with a few touches of a button, you could help others. So I am looking forward to. Of course, numbers are interesting, like millions of users and growing the impact, but it starts with the individual person. It starts with the person who asks for help, that there is strength in that, in saying that I need help. And then it starts with the other person, the person who is wanting to do good, and just seeing that like human potential in these very disturbed times. So I hope that Commu could be, it is just an app, it is just a tool, but what it could represent on a larger scale, it could represent hope. That's something that I wish.
Yeah, that's certainly a very powerful mission, and I always enjoy having these these like community helping efforts on the podcast. They're always my favorites, certainly, and I've really enjoyed learning about comedy today. I think it's a very powerful mission, and I've fortunate that I've had the opportunity to speak with you twice now. I'm sorry about the first time, but I think the second time we've certainly got it. So thank you again for joining me today.
Thank you so much, Danny, and all the best to everybody. Remember to help others. It's really important.
Definitely.